Welcome into ESPN FC Extra Time with Alejandro Moreno, Shaka Hislop. I am Max Prenos. We're also joined by Gab Marcotti. And gentlemen, Sunday, Liverpool's 11-game winning streak in league came to an end at home to Chelsea at the worst possible time. They no longer control their own destiny. This from Worldwide Footy. Supposedly that was Chelsea's weaker team. Does that speak volumes of Liverpool's performance? Ali?
I think Liverpool fell into the trap of Chelsea. They knew coming into this game, the sort of game that Chelsea would put forth. They were going to be defensive, they were going to be organized, they were going to have numbers behind the ball. And you would have thought that Brendan Rodgers and the team would have been prepared for this. Now, a couple of things that really caught my attention. One, I'll touch on Luis Suarez. This was as ineffective a performance as we have seen from Luis Suarez, and his standards are higher than most because of what he has shown this year. The other thing is, outside players for Liverpool, whether it's John Flanagan down the left or Glenn Johnson down the right, that should be an outlet that should give width to Liverpool in attack. Both of those guys have a tendency. John Flanagan, because he's naturally right-footed, he cuts inside, he cuts back, he cuts right into the pressure. Now, Glenn Johnson, his go-to move is to step over to the outside and then cut inside with his left foot, trying to get that shot with his left foot from the top of the 18-yard box. Also cutting inside, also cutting into the pressure of Chelsea and making the field very narrow for Liverpool. At no point did you see outside players from Liverpool taking anybody on a one-on-one situation and creating crosses with any sort of consistency. You can't break down a team that is so well organized if you don't hit the flanks.
As much as this may have been Chelsea's weaker team, this is what Chelsea and Jose Mourinho do better than probably anybody else in world football, in stifling the opposition and negating any threat. I felt two things counted against Liverpool today. One, Daniel Sturridge, we saw him introduced off the bench, but clearly not back to full fitness. It would have been great for Liverpool to have him as an option. But I've always felt all season long that Henderson has been one of the more underrated players for Liverpool, because of how late he arrives in the box and what he adds when he does arrive. Now you have a team who sit right on top of their box, two steady banks of, well, one of four, one of five. You need somebody arriving late just to change things, just to give the opposition something to think about. Henderson, because of that silly red card against City a couple of weeks back, does not figure, and I feel for the first time you appreciate exactly how important Henderson is as a player to Liverpool and the success.
All right, Liverpool can still walk away with the trophy, but before we look forward, Gab, what do you think went wrong for Liverpool on Sunday?
Well, look, I think it was mostly the timing of things. I mean, I agree with everything the boys said, but by the same token, let's not forget, Chelsea took the lead because Steven Gerrard slipped, and that doesn't happen very often. You know, you take that dynamic out of the game, you still have a Chelsea team that's out there built only to defend, which means that if they go a goal down, it becomes very difficult for them to get back into the game. Sometimes it's just the way the matches shake themselves out. We see small teams going and making life difficult away from home for bigger teams. Mourinho played like a small team because he was missing so many regulars, and he was rewarded for it.
Again, Liverpool, they will need some help against one of the three future opponents for Man City, but Liverpool end up with Palace on the road, Newcastle at home. They'll have to get 6 points out of that to make sure that they do lift the trophy. Make sure you join us on ESPN FC Monday, 5:30 Eastern Time. We can be seen on ESPN2.